So here's the thing. You do not need to fit into one box. So for example, I'm an electronic artist and I make UKG, house, pop, mixed with elements of jazz and classical. So if you're already thinking, okay, I like singing jazz, but I love the electronic music scene and going out dancing, or I love punk, but I'm really into indie electronic music, or I love goth and industrial music, but I'm having a lot of fun with EDM. Or I love jazz and folk, but I want to combine them all together and maybe do neo soul. This is for you. These tests are going to look at 3 layers: your personality, your voice as an instrument, and the culture and the music scene that you love spending time in. So let's dive in with test 1. First, we're thinking about emotion and personality. So first, write down 5 songs that you love singing or humming or listening to on repeat. They could be covers, they could be originals, whatever. Now, when thinking about these songs, do they make you feel dreamy or bold or adventurous or iconic or melancholy or any emotion? Write it down. For each song, think about, do I lose track of time when I'm in the song? And does it actually feel like me? So now let's layer in your personality. Are you more introverted or extroverted or somewhere in between? Are you the deep one-on-one convo person or the person who's at the center of the dance floor in the party or somewhere in between? Write it down. So here's an example from my own life. I love singing jazz, the harmonies, the freedom to improvise. And at the same time, I love underground electronic music culture. I love the clubs. I love dancing. I love the beats. I love the culture. And at the same time, I love classical music arrangements and the depth of the music and the history. So my voice is like, give me that jazz texture. And my brain is craving the arrangements and the complexity. And then my body and my spirit are really wanting either a DJ or a live electronic music set, lights, and a sub and a dance floor. So the tension of this contrast for you is important. It's a clue. It's not a mistake. So right now, pause the video and write down 5 songs that you love, 5 songs that feel like home, 3 words that each song makes you feel emotionally, 3 words that describe your personality as an artist or on stage, and 2 or 3 musical scenes that you like hanging out in. And once you know your lane, your next step is feeling confident on stage and booking the gigs that feel like this next level version of you. And that's exactly why I created my digital course, The Voice the Stage Blueprint. It's for singers who want to master their voice confidently, perform gigs that they love, and take all of their artistry to the next level on stage, whether they're developing their live show for the first time or they're a seasoned performer and they're transitioning genres, or maybe they're moving from a band to a solo artist. This course helps them do that. If you're already feeling that spark and you're like, okay, I'm ready to step into this artist identity, you can check out the Voices Stage Blueprint in the description below. Now we're going to bring in our actual instruments, our voices. So take those same songs and individually go through them one by one and ask yourself, do I feel comfortable singing this song? Comfortable as in, am I really straining to live in an area that doesn't really feel like me? Am I trying to be too light with my voice or too heavy with my voice? Or is it a matter of just training and I can do it, but I just need to build the stamina and the muscle development and the coordination? Could you see yourself doing this music for hours on end, days on end? Do you get really tired afterwards, or does it hurt your voice? Now we're going to rate each song on the spectrum from, this feels like a constant battle, I'm faking it, all the way to, this feels great, I love it, I could do this night after night and never get tired of it. And remember, before you rate, just because something might feel tiring to sing doesn't mean that it's not for you. Maybe it's that I love this, but I'm just not trained for it yet. Or I feel like I'm constantly putting on another side of me that I feel like I should be doing to fit in with certain music genre, but it really doesn't feel like me, and I kind of feel stuck. Here's how to tell. If it feels fake, it might feel like you're doing a bad impression or a character that isn't you, or you're constantly second-guessing your choices. So that's a style mismatch. If it feels aspirational, it might be like, oh, I love this music and I really want to do it, but my voice gives out and I just can't nail it consistently. Then that's a technique and training issue. Here are a couple quick examples to help you. Let's say you love belting out big soulful runs, but your voice cracks on the high notes. That's a training issue. That just comes with technique for placement and stamina for breath support. Another example, you're trying to sound breathy and vulnerable, but it just feels boring and dishonest. That's a mismatch, wrong lane. Another, you want that raw punk scream, but your throat hurts afterwards. That's a technique issue. You just need to learn how to support your voice without shredding your chords. And another, you want to sing complex R&B riffs and runs, and you've trained for it, you've broken them down, and you've learned how to approach them. Still, it feels like you're doing vocal acrobatics and you're fitting a big square peg in a round hole and it's just too hard. Maybe it's just not right for your voice, and that might be the wrong lane to do many melismatic runs. And maybe you're just meant to do a few little runs here and there, framing your phrases. On the other hand, if you want to sing complex R&B riffs and runs and you feel like your voice can glide into those pockets, there's just inaccuracy, you can train for that. So again, ask yourself these questions and then jot down next to it, feels like me, or feels like I'm pretending, or feels like me, but I just need training. Those that feel like you are huge clues to where your voice sits right now. And for the ones that feel like me, but I just need training, that's your growth edge. Don't abandon it. Lean in and train for it and go for it. All right, now we're going to zoom out and look at genres like a map. There is this amazing website called Every Noise that has hundreds of genres and subgenres. Here's how to use it to find your hybrid genre. Take those 5 songs from earlier and look up those artists on Wikipedia or your favorite streaming platform. Look at the genres that they're tagged with. Then go to Every Noise and search those genres. Now, in searching those genre names in Every Noise, notice, do those genres overlap and are they clustered together or are they spread all over the map? It's neither good nor bad if they're clustered or spread out. Just take note. And then with each of those genres, write down what it is that you like about those specific genres. So for example, do you like indie, hip hop, lo-fi, the vibe of it, or the gritty textures? That could be one thing, the gritty textures, but maybe you also love singing in a very direct, conversational, spoken word type of poetic way. Write that down too. Here's an example of jazz and folk within the neo-soul scene. So let's say your voice loves jazz textures and improvisation and folk melodies. So maybe you love that warm tone, that organic phrasing, and the storytelling delivery. And at the same time, you love that contemporary R&B neo-soul scene and community. And that's where you want to spend your time. You listen to that music a lot. Your hybrid might be neo-soul with jazz and folk influences. Maybe you have live instrumentation, warm vocal phrases and improvisation, but modern production and electronic beats and sounds. Another example is punk energy within the electronic scene. So let's say you love punk vocals, aggressive, raw, direct, and no frills, unpolished. But your culture is the indie electronic shows and that lo-fi hip-hop beats and the experimental, eclectic creativity. So your hybrid could be indie electronic with punk attitude. So you could have stripped back electronic production with some creative sounds and then raw honesty in these sounds, unfiltered. Another example, industrial goth meeting the dance floor. You love dark, heavy, and industrial sounds and that goth aesthetic. It's dramatic, it's intense, it's moody. But you spend your life at EDM festivals and bass music nights and big room shows. Your hybrid could be dark EDM, industrial bass music, or goth influenced electronic music. You've got heavy drops, industrial sounds, and a dark theatrical edge. So play around on Every Noise. Search the genres, make a playlist, sink into the scene, and see if it really feels like you after you spend some more time getting to know these genres and the other artists in these genres. So now you've done 3 tests. You've done your personality, what feels like home for you as a person. You've done your voice. What is the best fit for your voice right now? And what feels like the golden area of your voice? And you've also done the music culture that you love spending time in. So, the area that all three of these overlap in is your hybrid genre, at least for this moment, because you're an artist and artists are allowed to evolve. But take this and run with it. So, in the comments, write down your primary genre, your secondary genre, and that weird hybrid niche that you're curious about exploring. So, for example, primary genre neo soul, secondary genre indie, hybrid genre to try indie soul with electronic drums and textures. If you like this video so far, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It helps me make more weekly videos like this for you. If you're excited about writing music in your hybrid genre, watch this video next where I walk you through my process in writing a UKG track fused with jazz and pop vocals with some opera vocals thrown in there. And also, I'm using AI through the writing process just to explore it. And maybe this will lead you to some good ideas of how you can incorporate your different influences into your cohesive sound. So check it out. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.